What's going on, guys? Welcome to A-Train Gaming, and today's video I want to talk about a subject that is television. Now I want to talk about specifically if television is dying. We all know that television is on the decline with all these new formats of entertainment that we have, but I want to actually talk about how far along I think it is until its ultimate demise. Now this video isn't going to be me presenting like stats and like graphs about how television is actually becoming more unpopular. It's just going to be more if television is on the decline, like how I've seen it in my own personal life. So we'll start off when I was like a little kid. I used to watch television and play video games all the time and felt like there was so much more time in the day to do everything when you're like a little kid. And I would just go on TV and just watch for days, and I wouldn't have like anything in mind. I would just channel surf. I loved Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and then even like ESPN. Like I didn't have to have a specific show in mind when I was a kid. I used to just go and watch like all these amazing shows they had on when I was a kid. And I really wish a lot of these shows were still on. I probably wouldn't watch them that much, but a lot of the shows I feel like growing up they're a lot better, and they weren't as cheesy as some of the kids shows that are on today. But basically, what I've noticed with me watching TV now and with a lot of other people is that they only go on TV when they have something specifically they want to watch in mind. Whether that be a sports game, whether that be a really popular show like The Walking Dead. Like, there's still a lot of really popular shows out there. But on TV, like, people don't just sit there and like browse TV for hours on end. Like, it's usually there's a movie on, or there's a show on that they want to watch, or like a sports game. Like, I've never, like, I can't remember the last time I went on TV just to look. Like, it's always been when The Walking Dead's on. It's like the only time I will go on TV. Maybe there's like a Celtics basketball game, or if The Walking Dead's on. Other than that, I don't touch TV anymore, and that's not what it used to be like. And the reason with that is all the things that have replaced it. Video games haven't really replaced it, but I do play a ton of video games, so that takes up a lot of my time. Watching Netflix. Netflix never used to be around. It used to be Blockbuster, which was just like, you could rent like a couple things at a time max, so it wouldn't last you that long and you had to return it. Netflix has this like infinite amount of shows for you to watch that just takes, like, if you wanted to watch all of it, I don't even know how long it would take, but it's a long time. So most of the best stuff is already all there on Netflix in the seasons. Now, their movies aren't great, but their shows are what they're really known for. And I watch a ton of Netflix. I've watched a ton of shows that I never would have watched if it was just for TV. And then a thing that takes up a lot of my time, and I'm sure a lot of people around my age and younger can like realize, is YouTube. YouTube is basically like the new television to me. Like, I'm trying to think about how many YouTubers I watch like consistently every single time they put out a video. It's gotta be like 10 people, and then there's like a list of like another 10 that if it's an interesting title, I'll click on it. But there's a lot of people I watch like every day with YouTube, and those videos can range from anywhere from like 3 to 20 minutes. So that takes up a lot of time, and that's like what I'm looking forward to. And YouTube is like what I used to do with TV. I could just browse YouTube and look at my recommendeds and just look and start in one area and end up in a totally different part of YouTube and still be entertained. YouTube to me is the new television. Like, I just spend so much more time between YouTube and Netflix than I ever have on TV, really. Like, I really miss TV though as like a kid. Like, the shows I used to watch were so good, and I don't know if it's just because like, oh, it's like I'm bagging on what the younger generation's television shows are, but it seems like the kid shows aren't as like funny, or they're really, really corny, and the plots are really stupid. Like, the shows I grew up watching, for example, were like on Teen Nick, I'd watch like Drake and Josh, Ned's the Classified, Zoe 101, and then for like more kids shows like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and then like Cartoon Network, I watched like Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy. Like, there was so many shows that held my interest, and those weren't all of them. Like, sometimes I would just find new shows or movies to go watch, but that's what YouTube is for me now. Like, YouTube replaced TV. I have so many things I can watch in mine, and I find new channels and new videos every single day that pique my interest even more. So I want to ask you guys, what's your opinion on this? Personally to you, not what you think, not what the numbers say about TV. Do you find yourself watching a lot less TV? Were you never really that into television? How much time do you spend on YouTube, maybe? Do you watch a lot of Netflix? Like, I want to know if you guys are in the same boat as me, as if you only go on TV when you have something specifically to watch, or do you still browse around on TV looking for whatever? So I'm really curious because I've never really talked to a lot of people about this. I just kind of noticed people talking about like TV being on like the decline, but I never thought of why. Like, Netflix was obvious to me, but I never really thought about like how YouTube, how searching is basically like what I used to do with television. So I'm actually really curious to see what my subscribers and people viewing my videos will have to say. So guys, please go ahead and leave anything you want to talk about in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.